my God.
The play.
The play's gonna play.
Of the day.
Runner left side, got it!
They're gonna play it and play it.
This is the play of the day.
Check this out.
3rd and 3. Najee gets the call, cuts it back through the hole. He's on his way. He's at the 25-20, 15-10. Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown. Go, baby. How about Najee Harris?
That's your play of the day, Steelers Radio Network. Najee Harris finishes, he's not done yet, but a career-high 188 last night. He's got 1,172 yards on the season, breaking the Steelers' rookie rushing record of Franco Harris, set in 1972, of 1,055. How many games were they playing back then in the season, Paulie? 14?
14 games.
Now, we're picking and choosing with records of, hey, that's a record, and in 16 games. O.J. Simpson still should be the single-season rushing leader because I think he was in 12 games. He averaged 143 yards per game. But you start to look at T.J. Watt with the number of sacks. Well, it's 16 games. And if Cooper Kupp breaks the record, it's 17 games. But we're picking and choosing the records in the number of games that are played. So Najee Harris, okay, he broke Franco Harris's record. I guess you got to look at yards per game if you want to. But I just don't know if anybody cares about stats in the NFL anymore from the standpoint of, oh, that's historical, right? And it feels like we're too lazy to nitpick here. If I look at Reggie White and sacks per game, like to me, Reggie White is, the greatest defensive lineman of all time. 1987 strike-shortened season, and, Reggie was dominating. He had 21 sacks in 12 games. So if I'm looking at that, he would have been on pace for 28 sacks in a season. Obviously, that would shatter the record. Michael Strahan has the record now, but T.J. Watt is T.J. Watt, who missed 2 games. So do I factor in that he missed 2 games here? Or when somebody throws for 55 touchdowns. Okay, and then somebody breaks that record. Well, if they do it in 18, then that means more. Or your running records and what it means in 16 games or 17 games. Cooper Kupp acknowledged this. He was asked about it yesterday.
What the guys did that set those records, Mike Thomas, Randy Moss for the touchdowns, what Calvin Johnson did with yards, what those guys did in 16 games, it wouldn't seem right for those to be broken in 17 games. It just doesn't. It wouldn't hold the same weight to me as it does for guys that have done that in a 16-game season.
All right. I mean, that's a humble way to talk about those who did it before you and what he's doing right now. But it's now all of a sudden with the 17th game, we got a real problem. We went from 12 to 14, 14 to 16, and then we go 16 to 17. We seem to have a little bit more of a problem from 16 to 17. It's like, 12 to 14, 14 to 16, 16 to 17. Well, I do it in 17 games. Then we're going to do 18 games. That's coming up, too, here in the not-too-distant future. Play of the day brought to you by the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van that you could win. Dan Patrick Show's Ultimate Camping Rig Sweepstakes. To enter and get the rules, visit danpatrick.com or foxsportsradio.com. By February 2nd, Mercedes-Benz vans, the best or nothing.